Hi guys. So it's before I go to work, and I know someone's going to walk in in the middle of this video, but I'm going to try my best to answer some questions that I have been getting. I kind of wrote them down, so if you see me referring over to the side, you'll know. And I'm going to keep checking the window outside too. So I wanted to kind of, I guess, explain everything that I'm doing in case you don't know. And sorry, that was my phone. So I'm going to talk about really three areas of, I guess, my life. Goodness gracious. and kind of let you know what's going on here. So my diet. So what is the current plan that you are eating? What I am doing is a whole food plant-based diet. So it involves a lot of plant, because the next question was, what does that mean? It means that it's real food. So if you can pick it up, it's real food. If it doesn't have an ingredient label, it's real food. We don't eat anything processed at the moment. If we do, it's like maybe 1% of our diet. So it's just something here and there that maybe will go with a meal. Like today, I am eating like a no tuna salad. And so I'm using the only crackers I can eat on the planet Earth. And it is the Smokehouse, like, I think they're rice crackers from Nut Thins or something like that. So anyway, it's something like that I would eat. It only has a few ingredients. We don't eat out anywhere. I think we've eaten out one place in like 6 months. And that was a buffet so that we could get, lots of salads and stuff like that. So I even skipped Thanksgiving dinner and did that at home. And I made everything friendly and homemade from scratch. So our family didn't suffer. Let's see. Oh, and also we are not currently using oil, if at all possible. Now I know some things that we use do have oil in it. Like these crackers obviously will have oil in them, but as far as just putting oil in my pan to fry things, we have taken that out totally. I noticed that my weight loss was stalling, so I just kind of like removed nuts and seeds and oil, because the oil absorbs faster into your body, and your body actually can't break it down quick enough as it absorbs, because it absorbs so quickly, and so it basically packs it on as fat right away. So if you eat nuts, that's totally different than eating, a spoonful of olive oil. So I actually have removed nuts as well at this point from my diet. What about calcium and protein needs? So here I'm going to refer you to Chronometer, and it's not going to let me do it, but I'm going to pull up my Chronometer so that I can kind of show myself really what I've done. So I put in all my food for today, and trying to get my protein amounts. And hang on, I'm gonna minimize this. So my protein today is 10% of my diet. My fat was 8%, and my carbohydrates was 82%. My total calories for today will be 1392. And let's see. Well, I thought I had protein. Okay, my calcium is 63% today, just with the foods that I'm eating. And I don't try to do 100% all the time. What I try to do is, like, over a week, I'll try to do like my percentages that way. I'm trying to scroll down here. Protein, I am at 39.8 grams, which is 86% of my protein today. So 86% protein, I think, of the recommended daily amount is perfectly fine for me. I use chronometer.com, and it'll go through. Most of my buttons are kind of yellowy today because I haven't reached my 100%. And who knows, like, this may not be enough calories for me. I only eat until I'm full. So, okay, well, that's kind of another question. So let me just kind of go through these other questions here. Oh my goodness. So let me turn down my phone speaker volume, because I'm sorry, but we have group tonight. And it got canceled, and so there's like blowing up my news here. Okay, so you farm and sell meat. How can you be eating mostly vegan? We've actually, that is true. We moved to 25 acres with a huge house so that we could raise and grow meat. for people who don't feel like CAFOs are the best route to go. And so we do have a few customers. We've actually weeded down a customer because we didn't have the food that she wanted this year. So yeah, I've told my husband that I know we moved to this farm to raise a bunch of cattle and sheep and pigs and all that stuff for people, but I still have to butcher them, and I am not okay with that anymore. So I've watched a few documentaries, and I watched What the Health, I watched Earthlings, and let me tell you, like Earthlings, I really couldn't watch the whole thing. And that's why I'm against the CAFO farms. But when it comes down to it, the animals are still dying, and I have to look at their faces while I either slit their throat or shoot them in the head. So I love animals to death, and I could just keep everyone. Like I would be a sanctuary if my husband would let me, and if finances would let me. But yeah, I told my husband, I said, you know what, you do not like the sight of blood. I'm the one going out there and having to kill all these animals that I have loved on and given my whole heart to, and sorry, but I'm done. And unless you want to pay for somebody else to go do that, that's fine. But these X amount of animals are mine, and I am not killing something that is like my best friend now. So one thing that haunts me to this day is bringing one of my lambs to the sale barn, and she was baying and baying, and she wanted so hard to get to me because there was a gate in between, and she couldn't, and she was like trying to climb the gate. And when she was sold, they had to bring her to the back, but she didn't go to the back. She wanted to stay up front with me, and no matter what they did, like she was jumping things to get to me. And like that is something that I regret to this day, because I actually had to leave the facility and walk towards the exit so that she would go towards the exit. And then she was just banging like crazy the whole time we were there. So I'm done. Like I can't, I'm tired of loving these animals and then killing them. End of story. So why do I say that I'm mostly vegan? We do occasionally eat meat. In our own household, we do not eat meat. If we are going somewhere, I have a lot of food allergies. I actually cannot have corn or dairy or eggs or gluten. So even on a plant-based diet, I still have to watch out for gluten and for corn, and corn is in like everything. So if we are going to someone's house, or if we're going to a party and there's like literally nothing I can eat except for just a few vegetables and meat, and I have not brought my own food, then I will eat meat. So I try to bring my own food, but sometimes you're kind of caught by surprise, and we still eat meat that way. Yeah, and we still occasionally will eat meat out of our freezer. We have a big freezer full of meat, and I feel it is very disrespectful for that animal to have lost its life only to waste the food. So it's not a lot, but mostly my kids will eat that over us. How are your kids transitioning to this lifestyle? They're not. My kids are teenagers. If they were little, that we would have no issue with this. They've always grown up eating fruits and vegetables, and my one son has pretty much tried to embrace this as much as he can. He is more vegetarian. He realizes that, you know, if he does eat meat, it usually is fish, and it's like salmon or something like that. But he loves rice, he loves potatoes, and he is totally on board with this whole deal. We are eating mostly high carb, low fat. And so, you know, potatoes and rice are a staple in our house. So he loves eating that. He loves eating vegetables. And when they go to school, they actually have to pack their own lunches because they don't supply food. But unfortunately, they have a lot of friends who like to buy pizza and very unhealthy food, so they eat that stuff as well. So my other son, we had a big argument over eating vegan, and I tried to tell him, I'm like, here, I still buy you meat for school because that's what you guys want. I still buy you processed food snacks that are vegan, but they're not. I said, you've eaten all this stuff before. The only thing we're eliminating really is cheese and meat, because we had already eliminated eggs because of my allergy anyway. So I don't know. He got the picture that really it's just all in his head, and all he hears is the word vegan, and he like freaked out. So he'll get over it. But he's almost 18, so my husband told him, hey, if you want to go buy food, well, you're welcome to it. How many calories do you eat? I don't know. I don't count calories at all. Oh, Bonnie just pulled up. I don't count calories. I eat until I am 80% full, and I eat when my stomach growls and I'm hungry. That's it. I log my food every once in a while, like I did on Chronometer. I eat between 13 and 1700 calories-ish a day. It just depends on if I work out or not. How much food do you eat? A lot. I eat a lot. I eat a lot of potatoes. I eat a lot of rice. I eat at least 2 cups at a meal. So that's like a huge baked potato, maybe in like a cup of vegetables at least. That's the minimum that I eat. It just really depends on how hungry I am. I start with 2 cups. I will wait 20 minutes. If I'm still hungry, I drink a whole bottle of water. If I'm still hungry after about 10 or 15 minutes, then I'll go back and eat some more. What do you eat on a typical day? So a typical day is breakfast is a smoothie. It is a tablespoon of flax meal. It is a scoop of the Walmart organic greens powder. It is 1 banana, and then it is 1 cup of some other type of fruit. And I use 1 cup of rice milk or almond milk, puree that, and that is my breakfast every single morning. If I'm extra hungry, then I will add in quick oats, not cooked, just thrown in and eat. For lunch, I eat a soup or a salad with rice or potatoes. It just kind of depends, in quinoa too. And then for dinner, it's kind of whatever they want me to eat. The kids kind of pick what we want to eat, but it's usually half rice, potato, quinoa type of thing, a starch, or beans, and then half a vegetable. Okay, so the next question is, how much weight have you lost? So it has been 6 months. I have lost 25 pounds and 2 to 3 pant sizes. So it's 2 for sure, but some pants run small, large, I don't know. It's just weird. But I went from, actually, sometimes I had to wear like an 18 or a 16, and now I wear 14 for sure and 12 sometimes. Do I exercise? Nope, I don't exercise. I try to walk when I can, but it is getting winter now, and so that's kind of went out the window. I used to walk every day 2 miles with my husband, but that has kind of went out the window because it's cold, and I don't like cold, and so I don't do anything. Every once in a while, if I'm like really feeling energized, I will go do the elliptical, but other than that, nope. Is this diet safe, and does it work? Yes. Yes, it is very safe. In fact, it actually reduces your risk of cancer and a lot of other diseases, and it has been shown to reverse diseases. And if you are somebody who needs like a doctor's approval type of thing, or you don't believe me because I don't have credentials at the end of my name, you can look up on YouTube. There are doctors who are trying to get the word out that this diet really does do what it says it's supposed to and is the healthiest way to live. And so it really is a lifestyle, not really a diet, but a lot of people start out as a diet. Dr. McDougall is a good one to look up. He runs the Starch Solution. Dr. Greger, Eat to Live, or How Not to Die, or something like that. Eat to Live is, I think, Dr. Furman's book, but he's a doctor as well. Dr. Lyle is a psychologist that deals with a lot of I guess psychological type of reasons why people, need to switch over to this plant-based. He deals with a lot of food addictions and stuff like that, and emotional eating and all that good stuff, and he promotes this diet as well. And Dr. Goldhammer, I have not really done much research on him, but these are a lot of doctors, medical doctors that you can refer to. They've all written books on different various diseases and stuff that have been reversed, like diabetes, like type 2 diabetes. There should be no reason why you should have to take any kind of medication for that. And almost all heart disease can be reversed as well. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about Plexus. What Plexus products have you tried? I have tried the Slim, the ProBio 5, the Bio Cleanse, the X Factor, the Mega X, And I think that, and Vital Biome. I've tried all of those. What Plexus products do you currently use? So I get this question a lot, and I think I use Plexus different than everybody else, and I sell Plexus different than everybody else. So I am never going to sell you anything that you don't need. And I don't believe that Plexus is like 100% tool to get rid of everything. I believe that diet and lifestyle is a huge part of it. And so I started out using Triplex, which was the Slim, the BioCleanse, and the ProBio 5. Then I started adding in the multivitamin and the omegas on top of that, and I found it really, all of it was too much for my system. In fact, I could not take Vital Biome because it like slowed down my digestive tract. And I was doing completely fine, but like Slim started making me sick. I was going to the bathroom already 2 to 3 times a day, so I wasn't needing BioCleanse anymore. I was still on the ProBio 5, which has the digestive enzymes and the probiotic, but when I tried to add Vital Biome, my digestive tract slowed down and pretty much came to a halt. And as I was logging my food through Chronometer, I was finding that a lot of my daily vitamins, I was already over 100%. And so when I was taking the multivitamin, I was getting like 200 or 300% of some of these vitamins. And so because I eat a plant-based diet, I get a lot more nutrients than what other people do. And so I stopped taking the multivitamin because I don't need it. And same with Mega X. I get plenty of omegas through the food that I eat. But if you are on a standard American diet, you are severely deficient in almost all of these things, which is why Plexus it exists today, because people just basically want to keep eating the way that they were eating because of their food addictions. And whether you believe you're addicted or not, you are. Our whole food supply is based on addicting people to their foods so that they can make more money. And if you're eating that standard American diet, you are deficient, you need all of these things, and that's how Plexus makes their money, because people are deficient and these products do work to help them. However, when you switch to a plant-based diet and you're not eating processed food and you've broken all your addictions and you're only eating, healthy, vibrant foods, when you log all of your nutrients, you actually get everything that you need except for B12, and none of their products has I guess one of them has B12 in it, but if you just take that, you're way better than taking the whole entire thing, because otherwise you're going to get 200 or 300% of your daily amounts of vitamins, and some of them are not good if you go over, like vitamin A. What's the best product to start out with? It depends on what you're eating, honestly. I always recommend Triplex to people who are on the standard American diet, because it will, I guess, put your system back in order again. But if you are on a plant-based diet, the only thing that I would recommend was supplement with B12 and D3, and those Plexus do not carry by themselves. And then if you need to help heal your gut a little bit faster, then I recommend ProBio 5, because it has digestive enzymes and the probiotic, and Vital Biome was just a little too much probiotic for me. Okay, so I want to talk about our farm and our plans now, because I talked about how we had bought this 25-acre farm to grow our own food and grow food for people who didn't want the big CAVO systems. And like I said, I'm not sure what we're planning on doing as far as animals anymore. That really is up to my husband on if he wants to send them out for butcher. I refuse to do that anymore, and I've told him that. I was pretty much the one that ran the farm anyway. So that has pretty much, we're done. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the land. We have actually kind of discussed opening it up to people who want to come and camp on their ways here and there, and some tiny house communities and stuff like that, because we've actually had some interest in tiny houses. And so we thought about doing that as well, and going and traveling and seeing things. So so far that's as far as animals. As far as plants, our ground sucks. And we have tried so hard to grow things for the past 3 years, and no matter how much I try to fix the soil, I just don't have the resources to fix the soil properly, because we don't have enough trees. I am using animal manure, but it takes years and years to build this soil up. So what we're going to end up doing this year is taking all of our actual tillable land, and we are making it into raised beds. And we are going to put all of our money that we're saving on animal feed to put that into buying soil and buying the things necessary to do raised beds. And then we may or may not sell to farmers market. It really depends on how much we're eating. At this point, we can do a roadside stand because we're on a highway. So yeah, we're kind of rethinking the whole farm and what we want to do with those 25 acres. A lot of it is low lying. So if we don't put animals on it, we don't really have places that people can like camp or anything like that. We would have to move our fencing to put the cattle out to the low-lying area, and then where they're grazing currently, then turn that into where people can come and camp and visit the farm and stuff like that. So that's kind of our hopes and plans, and we will see how it goes. Things change all the time, and I don't plan on ever changing the way that I'm eating because I feel absolutely wonderful and I'm losing weight, and so I'd like to get back down to an ideal weight. The lowest I've been is 155, and my ideal weight is below I think it's like 130 is what I'm supposed to be, but we will see. It's a journey and it's a long process, and I'm just grateful for the weight that I have lost, and I'm not going to undo it because every time I do, I feel regret. So I think that was all the questions I had written down. Thank you so much for taking time to watch. I know this was like 20 minutes long, but I hope it was an inspiration, and just keep on doing what you're doing. And I hope it answered a lot of questions. If you have any more questions, just leave them in the comments below. Thanks.